Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. Hard Knocks. You see the thumbnail. Hard Knocks preview. I'm excited for this, man. Some fans are not excited about the New York Giants being on Hard Knocks. It's been a long time coming for me. It's been a long time. I couldn't wait. I wish it was the original Hard Knocks, all the way through training camp and preseason. That's what I wanted it to be. But guess what? A lot of fans in the Giants fan base always ask questions about what's the GM thinking, what's ownership thinking, what's the coaching staff thinking, and that's what this Hard Knocks is all about. All the prep work that goes into the combine, into the draft, pro days, all that stuff is what we're going to see. 5-part series. I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it. It might be a 6-part series. I got to check the Carfax on that, but still, we get to see some episodes of the inner workings of the New York Giants. Remember, I don't know how long, it might have been 8 years ago by now. There was a short Giants documentary called Finding Giants, came out a few years ago. Jerry Reese, I believe Jerry Reese was still the GM at the time. Loved it. Now we're getting the HBO directed Hard Knocks, or HBO produced Hard Knocks, I should say. How can you not be excited for it? But there's some things, because we finally saw the trailer. Again, it comes out tomorrow. The trailer dropped last week. I was on vacation, didn't do a review of the trailer. This is my review of the trailer and the preview for the Hard Knocks right now. One of the first things we saw was a discussion. You see Joe Shane on the phone, and with who it appears to be is Saquon Barkley, saying, "Do I have your word? Are you gonna give us a chance?" And let me tell you something. The way that they put these trailers together, they know what they're doing. They know how they're building anticipation. They're building storylines already. That's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about if Saquon really gave the New York Giants a chance before he ran off to Philly. It was a lot of people out here defending Saquon Barkley. It was a lot of people saying that the New York Giants didn't do enough to keep Saquon Barkley. We get to find out what really happened. I'm excited for that. I'm one of those guys that said, you know what? Once the season was a wrap, we should have traded Saquon Barkley at the deadline to try to get some draft capital for him. That didn't happen. And then in the offseason, we let him walk, and people were highly upset about it. How do you let Saquon Barkley walk? For nothing? I was one of those people, for nothing. How do you, like when it happened with Xavier McKinney, I think we were really trying to get Xavier McKinney back. But when it came to Barkley, a lot of people just think we didn't even try. But now, according to the trailer, the innuendos is that was there a verbal agreement that Saquon Barkley would go out and find a deal and then bring that deal back? And did he do that? Now, they only showed us a clip of Joe Shane saying that, who knows, Saquon Barkley might have came back with that deal, and Joe Shane said, nah, you know what, go ahead and get your money, young man. Go get your money. But right now, the way that the trailer is looking, it doesn't look like that. It looks like Saquon Barkley lied to the people. He lied to the people, but guess what? It is what it is. He's a Philadelphia Eagle now, so I wish that all the bad things in the world happened to him. Hopefully, not injuries, but if he has a horrible season, doesn't have a lot of production, this, that, and the third, it is what it is. Guess what? You know what? Because he's a Philadelphia Eagle right now. I loved him as a Giant. He's a Philadelphia Eagle now, so there's no more love left for Saquon Barkley. Also, they're going to feature Daniel Jones. We saw the clip of Daniel Jones talking about he's never been injured this way. Never had this severe of an injury. And I think they're going to go ahead and the writing's on the wall. They're going to make you feel sorry for Daniel Jones. I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to try to create a narrative where people are going to actually want to root for Daniel Jones. That's what I believe. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. I think they're going to try to paint Daniel Jones in this light that, he got hurt 2022 season. He was moving in the right direction, and then all of a sudden this injury happened. and the season, was gone after that. I think they're going to try to paint that, and now they're going to make it to the point where people are going to root for Daniel Jones. They're going to show how hard he works. They're going to show how hard he rehabbed. They're going to show him trying to get back, with the players. They're going to show him meeting up with players, most likely throwing when he wasn't supposed to be throwing. They're going to show all the hard work and everything that they say about Daniel Jones. First one in the building, last one out. You're going to see that. I believe you're going to see that, and you're going to see that a lot of people might change the way that they feel about Daniel Jones. Maybe not change the way that they feel about Daniel Jones, but you're probably going to get a lot more people that are probably going to root and want to see Daniel Jones do good. And, okay, guess what? If Daniel Jones plays well, that means the New York Giants are playing well, and I'm all for that. I'm all about the New York Giants when it's team over player. So as long as the team is winning, guess what? I'm happy. Get the wins. I'm happy. You keep winning, fantastic. I don't care how fake people feel that the wins are. If you're winning games, they count as wins. When you look at the record, wins are wins, losses are losses. So if the New York Giants are winning games, guess what? They won the game. Another thing they talked about is the whole Brian Burns deal. I think we pretty much know the information on that. A lot of that information was leaked already. Phone calls were made, offers were made, and the deal got done. Maybe they give us a little bit more detail, a little bit more insider information. Maybe we get to enjoy some of the conversations, the phone calls that were made, but it's no big surprise when it comes to that. A couple other things that I think are not big storylines right now, but they might make it a storyline, on the show. The Darius Slayton situation. Of course, Malik Neighbors, they're going to probably follow the whole staff going to the LSU Pro Day, Combine, this, that, and the third, the meetings. Hopefully they have some of these meetings, especially the Combine meetings. Hopefully they have, an inside track on that to see how many guys that the New York Giants met with and how many of those guys actually got drafted by the New York Giants. I'm curious to see all these storylines. And one thing that Hard Knocks always find an underdog story. Now, you can already say that Daniel Jones is that underdog story, but they always find an underdog story. And I think the underdog story I got a couple ideas of who the underdog story is going to be and who a lot of people are probably going to root for. One of those guys is going to be Darian Beavers. I think Darian Beavers is going to be one of those underdog stories. And for a few reasons. He's interesting on and off the field. Like, the man is an off-roader. Has dogs, family man, big trucks, this, that, and the third. He does all that, but he was also rehabbing and coming back from injury. That's a storyline. Cordell Flott is another storyline that you might see of an underdog that you're rooting for. Could he be the CB2? What goes into the New York Giants not drafting a outside or boundary corner? And, they drafted Phillips instead of an outside corner. Tyler Nubin, great story as well. Just thinking about who those underdogs could be. Let me know in the comment section below who you think the underdog stories are going to be. Because again, if you are a fan of Hard Knocks, they always find an underdog that people can relate to and root for. I believe with those Detroit years, it was Khalil Pimpleton for the Detroit Lions, the guy that ended up being on the practice squad for the New York Giants. He ended up being one of those underdog guys that ultimately didn't, get a roster spot. But they always find an underdog to promote, to get the people riled up for and to get people to root for somebody. Another guy could be the running back that we picked up, Turbo. Dante Miller is another guy that could be a possible underdog storyline. There's a lot of them. Actually, when I'm thinking about it now, because I didn't write for this episode, I'm just talking off the top, just thinking about what I would like to see in some of the storylines. There's a lot of guys on the New York Giants that can be these storylines that you're looking for. You have the quarterback, you have the big offseason signing, you have the drama with Saquon Barkley, and also the coaching staff. Wink Martindale got fired. Are they going to have, some of that? The new hiring of the DC, the offensive line. There's a bunch of storylines, and I don't know how people are not excited to see this. Like, some people I hate Hard Knocks. They think it's a jinx. Every team that was on Hard Knocks ended up sucking. Well, guess what? We were already trash last year. It is what it is. But you know what? that's going to be it. I'm excited for, episode 1 tomorrow. I will be recapping these episodes, debating right now whether I'm going to do it the night of or the day after. We'll see what happens. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I am on the West Coast, so it's still going to be fairly early. I might get a video out late recapping the episode, but I'm excited for it, and hopefully you guys are excited too. But that's going to be the video. I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.